Alright, we are on for Raizhen's Rasslin reviews. It's been a while, but better late than never, I guess. So I have my laptop here. I'm going to be looking at the results of the pay-per-view from there. I did watch it, and let me just say, overall, it was alright. It was pretty good. Until the end, when, of course, WWE bullshit happens. But we'll get there. Is it worth $50, though, or $60, or whatever it is? No. These pay-per-views, if you're going to do them monthly, shouldn't cost any more than $20. If that. I mean, you can't charge $60 per pay-per-view. You just can't. They wonder why buy rates for the pay-per-views are so low. Who the hell can spend $60 for 12 months? And God only knows what freaking WrestleMania costs. What's it, like $100? Oh well. It's just stupid. Anyway, the pay-per-view. First of all, no John Cena. No Cena at this pay-per-view. He didn't even show up in a promo. And that really did help the pay-per-view quality. He doesn't need to be on the show 24/7. He just doesn't. So, I give him props for that. The first match, they started with the right match. It was Randy Orton versus Alberto Del Rio. This was a good match. In fact, it was the best match of the night until we get to the World Heavyweight Championship match. It was really good. Del Rio's working the arm, but he's working it very fast-paced. He's working a fast-paced match. So, that was exciting. He's got this very old school, wrestling style. But he does it well. And he's dominating Orton for a lot of the match. Until, of course, guess what happens? Like every other Randy Orton match. RKO out of nowhere, Orton wins the match. Why? I don't know. Does Orton need to beat Del Rio? No. Del Rio needs that big pay-per-view win. He wins all the time on the TV show, and then he gets to the big match, and he loses. Orton is established, WWE. He doesn't need to win any pay-per-view matches anymore. Or at least not very many of them. He could lose 100 times in a row and still be credible. It's just so dumb. I mean, Orton is unreliable. His drug problems. He's violated the wellness policy. He's one away from probably being gone from the company. And they just keep building him. I don't understand it. He should be putting Del Rio over. If they want Del Rio to be that main event heel, he's got to win matches. There was something funny in this match, though, where Del Rio went to the top rope. And for some reason, he jumped down like he was going to do an axe handle, but he didn't do it. All he did was jump down. And Orton and him just looked at each other for 2 seconds like, what the hell? And then they punched each other. It was pretty funny. So that was obviously a horrible botch. I don't know what was supposed to happen. But the finish was Del Rio went for his enziguri kick off the apron. Not off the apron, off the ring rope in the corner. And Orton sidestepped it and then RKO'd him in midair. And I have to say, for an RKO out of nowhere, it was the best one. It looked so smooth. And it was cool. But Del Rio should have won. Stop pushing Orton, WWE. He doesn't need it. I mean, what are they? They're probably 6 months away from putting the belt on him or something. But I don't know. It's just dumb. It's not how I would have booked it. Keep abusing their roster. They ain't going to have anyone left. These matches are actually out of order. That's weird. On their website. Why can't they ever order their card right on their website? Oh well. Next was Team Rhodes Scholars against Team Hell No. The match was pretty good. I mean, Bryan looked good. The Rhodes Scholars looked excellent. And Kane does, Kane's Kane. But the problem is, of course, they have to do their goofy bullshit. And it ends in a DQ because Kane gets mad. They're doing their goofy shit where they can't get along. And they basically retain the titles by default because Kane gets them disqualified. This doesn't make the Rhodes Scholars look good because they can't even get a win over a team that doesn't even function together. Makes Kane and Bryan look like they're just lucky. And it takes that whole tournament and throws it in the garbage. The whole tag team tournament. There was no point to it. If you just wanted the Rhodes Scholars to feud with Team Hell No, and by the way, take team out of the name WWE. We're not stupid. We know what a tag team is. If you wanted them to feud, you didn't have to do a tournament to do that. Stupid. Just stupid. The Orton match I'd give 4 stars. This match I'd give 3. Because it was still, the wrestling was still pretty good in it. Next was, I think, the Intercontinental Championship. Yeah, Kofi Kingston defended against The Miz. Man, these two work well together. This was almost as good as... No, you know what? I think this was just as good as Orton against Del Rio. In fact, I think it was... no, maybe not better. I think it was equal. I mean, they're able to counter each other's moves fluently. They told a believable story in the ring. When Miz basically destroyed Kingston's leg and took him out from being able to do his high-flying stuff, you believed for a moment that Miz was going to win. And that's good storytelling. But eventually, Kofi Kingston throws him out of the ring by, I think he reversed the skull-crushing finale and threw him out of the ring. Then Miz got back in the ring and got the Trouble in Paradise. It was a good match. I gave it 4 stars, equal to the Del Rio and Orton match. Next was... I think it was the United States Championship? Yeah. Antonio Cesaro against Justin Gabriel. Cesaro is the champion. Cesaro... I don't know, the crowd sucked at this whole pay-per-view, but here it was especially quiet. I don't know what the deal was, but this crowd sucked. But Gabriel looked good. He was doing his high-flying stuff. Cesaro looked good. He looked strong. And the finish was interesting because Gabriel went for like a flying vault thing over the top rope to the outside, and Cesaro hit him with that uppercut, which, it looked brutal. And Gabriel was dead. He was dead. And then he put him back in the ring and hit the neutralizer, which is a stupid finisher. It doesn't even look like it does anything, and I don't even know why. Like, the uppercut honestly looks like a better finisher to me. That's more believable. I mean, if you throw somebody in the air and uppercut them, they ain't getting up. I don't know. He should have just pinned him after the uppercut. But I'll give it 3.5 stars. It was a good match. They work well together. And then we had a filler match. Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara against the Primetime Players. The Primetime Players lose again. They're done at this point. They're a joke. they're not even that good. They suck in the ring. Mysterio's, of course, Super Ray. He gets the hot tag and basically beats both of them up and wins easily. Sin Cara did get hurt in this match, but I think he's alright. He got dropped on his head. I don't know if it was his fault or, I don't even remember the Primetime players' names. Darren Young and Titus O'Neil. I think Darren Young dropped him on his head. It was an uninteresting match, but it was okay. I mean, the Primetime players did function well as a tag team. This is what I don't understand. They look good, and then they lose every time. They got to get some wins here. I'll give it 3 stars. I mean, it was the quality of wrestling was okay. It's pretty good. I just I don't understand the finish. This company's gonna have no heels. Then it was the World Heavyweight Championship, right? Sheamus defending against Big Show. You're not gonna believe me when I say this, but this was match of the night. Big Show can work when they let him. For a big guy, he can really work a match. And Sheamus and him work so well together. And the finish surprised the hell out of me. And I give them a lot of credit for making this decision. Because, well, let's just get into what happened. The match, starts out as a typical Big Show match. But there is actually momentum shifts. And Sheamus actually beats up the Big Show at a couple of points. And then, of course, Big Show goes back to being Big Show. But the match was constantly moving. They didn't rest. I was amazed Big Show could keep up with Sheamus, but he could. I just wish the match was kind of built up better, but the match itself was good. And what ends up happening is Big Show hits the knockout punch. And nobody's ever kicked out of it. To my knowledge, anyway. Sheamus kicks out of being knocked unconscious, which is kind of funny, but he does kick out. And Big Show he's got this look of, like, what the hell? What do I gotta do? I can't beat this guy. And at this point I'm like, oh god, they're gonna go with the Super Sheamus crap. Just like Super Cena. And Sheamus hits the white noise on Big Show. Which I am amazed he can do. He's a lot stronger than I thought. But he does hit it, and he pins him, and Big Show kicks out. And a little after that, I think he hits the bro kick. Wasn't the best looking bro kick, but whatever. It's fine. It's hard to hit the bro kick on someone that big. And Big Show kicks out. Yeah. I was stunned at this point. So many false finishes. I mean, I thought Big Show might lose from the white noise because that would have been impressive. Or the first knockout punch, Big Show, I thought he was going to win the title. Or when Sheamus hit the bro kick. Because how many people have kicked out of the bro kick? Daniel Bryan, after a long delay, kicked out of one. Other than that, I mean, when you build these finishers properly, when somebody kicks out at a pay-per-view, it's like, oh my god, how'd he kick out? So I give him props to that. And Sheamus starts going bro, like he usually does. Goes for the bro kick again. Sorry, my dog's barking. And Big Show... Shut up! Big Show... Big Show hits... Oh. Sheamus goes for the bro kick. And Big Show sidesteps it. And hits a really quick KO punch, WMD, whatever the hell they're calling it. And Sheamus just flies back dead. Like he's dead. Big Show pins him and gets the 3 count and wins. He wins the title. Ziggler does not cash in. Big Show is the champion. I give him a lot of credit. I mean, Big Show's a company guy. He's been there for so long. He deserves one good title reign. All of his title reigns, to my knowledge, have been pretty crappy, if I remember right. Usually he's only had the title for a couple months at most. Hopefully he holds it till at least WrestleMania. That would be nice. It actually would be nice if he held it past WrestleMania. And I think JBL said he might hold it till he retires, which would be very interesting. Maybe he should hold it till he retires. Because I don't think he's going to be there much longer. Which, I know he gets a lot of heat for being, slow, but hey, this proved to me he can work a good match. Because this was an amazing match. 4.5 stars, easily. If the beginning wasn't just a typical Big Show match, I would give it 5 stars. But other than that, 4.5, man. It's almost perfect. A great match. Match of the night. Easily. Then we had the Divas Championship. Eve defending against Layla and Kaitlyn. I thought about just using this as the bathroom break. I gave it a chance. It was pretty good, actually. They gave them about 10 minutes to work with. So, WWE, if you give your women time to work, they can work a match. You gotta have time to sell things. I think Eve hit a like a swanton bomb looking thing on everybody, on Kaitlyn and Layla, except she actually missed it. She went too far, but who cares? That kind of crap's gonna happen. You're not gonna hit every spot perfectly. But I liked it, actually. I thought it was pretty good. Enough to say it's worth 3 stars. For a Divas match, I'll take it. And Kaitlyn especially looks really impressive. She's strong. She should be built as a powerhouse. But Eve retains the Divas title. Then we had CM Punk against Ryback. Punk defending the title. Ryback, of course, defending his streak. Time for the bullshit. You knew it was coming. Oh, I think Zack Ryder was on the show for like 2 minutes too and did nothing. I don't know if there was a pre-show or not. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It's not listed here, so. But, yeah. CM Punk defending against Ryback. And the match was, I think, 12 minutes long. It's your main event. It can't be 12 minutes long. This shows to me that Ryback can't work a long match. He can't. He can't do it. Well, if you're going to make this guy a main eventer, that's a problem. He needs to work on that. This match needed to go another 10 to 15 minutes, at least. CM Punk did his damnedest to make Ryback look good. He carried the match, as usual for Punk. Of course, he has to be a coward and run away, so really it was about 8 minutes the match was, because about 4 minutes of that was Punk running away. Maybe even longer. There were a couple of times when Punk had the advantage, but for the most part, it's Ryback doing his usual shit and destroying people. He should not be destroying the champion! At all! Not on the pay-per-view! Should be an even match! I don't even know what to say. Punk's trying his best to worm out of it. He used a fire extinguisher at some point after hiding under the ring. Sprayed him with the fire extinguisher. Ryback's a fucking moron who spears the stairs because he's an idiot. They're trying to book Punk as like this crafty veteran, but instead he just looks weak. Ryback looks invincible, of course, because he's Ryback, I guess. He's Goldberg without the name Goldberg. It's a boring character. He's not that good in the ring. He's terrible on the mic. He's not good. He needs to go. So, of course, you can't have Ryback lose. You can't have Punk lose. They both have this streak. Punk, the champion streak, he's like 15 days away from being, hold the title for a year. Maybe 20 days. I forget. Ryback has his streak. So what do? Remember that referee that cost CM Punk the match, the tag match with Cena? He's reffing this match. So, Ryback is about to win the match. He's going to hit the shell shock. By the way, there was no GTS or Anaconda Vice in this match. We couldn't have Punk hit the GTS and Ryback kick out? Really? We couldn't have that. He never even attempted any of his finishers. And all of a sudden, this referee is like pleading with Ryback, no, give him the shell shock. And Ryback's like, what the hell's going on? The referee goes to his knees and gives him the Ric Flair low blow. What the fuck? Why? I thought the referee screwed up for Punk. Now all of a sudden Punk and this guy are together? This makes no sense! What, did Punk tell him he had to make it up? And by the way, if you think this is going somewhere, from what I heard about Raw, it doesn't. It's barely even addressed on Raw. It's going to be forgotten. So Ryback gets hit in the balls, and Punk rolls him up, and there's a fast 3 count. So first of all, apparently all you need to do to beat Ryback is just kick him in the balls. He took very little damage in the whole match. It's unbelievable. So just kick him in the balls and pin him. That's all you gotta do. Losing clean in a good match does not hurt anybody, WWE. Really. Big Show defeated Sheamus clean. Does Sheamus look like shit because of it? No! He looks better because of it. Because he put up such a great match. Because he hit the white noise on Big Show. It's how you book the match. Not the outcome. Not always. I mean, yeah, obviously, if you have an unestablished guy losing repeatedly, that's a problem. Like Dolph Ziggler. But Orton losing clean to Del Rio doesn't make him look bad. But he never does it. So Punk retains the title. Ryback loses the streak, which is fine. Ryback doesn't need that stupid streak. The Feed Me More stuff is fine enough. I mean, the crowd likes Ryback, but that's gonna fade. He's not that good as he retains this main event spot, and he's gonna be in Survivor Series. He's gonna be in the main event, or at least one of them. The big Survivor Series tag team match. Ryback is... people are going to see he's not that good. Certainly when you compare him to Punk, I don't know, I just don't... It pisses me off because it shows me they can get people over if they want to, but instead they choose to squash people. Like Zack Ryder. Or Christian. Can you imagine if WWE... or Alex Riley... Here's a big one. Big one for you. Can you imagine if Alex Riley and or Zack Ryder were still being pushed at this point? You could have had either one of them in this match. And you would have gotten a better match. And it would have been believable. But no. No, we have to squash people that aren't supposed to get over, of course. That's not part of the plan. And WWE wonders why they have such shitty ratings. They're booking. They don't know what the hell they're doing. I give the match 1 star. And that's being generous. The post-match, what do I need to talk about? It's Ryback destroying Punk and the referee. He tosses the referee like he's nothing. Whatever, who cares? It's a character we know nothing about, so who gives a shit about the referee? They couldn't get the door open for some reason, even though the referee has a fucking key for it, so that don't make any sense, but whatever. Punk climbs to the top of the cell. Ryback follows him and gives him a shell shock on top of the cell, which, honestly, the cell's like 30 feet now. Why are you doing that? You know, that's way too dangerous. It was cool, but it's not worth the risk. There's no reason why you couldn't have just destroyed Punk in the ring if you cared. Just throw him into the cell. And that's how it ended. Ryback, of course, has to look like better because has to look better than Punk because Punk is the cowardly heel. He's not allowed to look good. Of course not. Overall, out of 10, I give this pay-per-view. If the main event was good, I would give it an 8. But the main event sucks, so I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Probably one of the better pay-per-views WWE has put on in a while, but I mean, it's good. It's not worth $60 or whatever it costs. It's worth about 20. They wonder why people stream all their pay-per-views. You charge way too much for crap. Or above average stuff, you know? $60 should be a 5-star pay-per-view every time. Every match should be 4 to 5 stars. If you're not willing to do that, you can't charge $60. Well, I guess that's it for this episode of Raizhen's Rasslin Reviews. I'm not going to talk about Raw or SmackDown. I'll probably just stick to doing the pay-per-views until I'm done student teaching. And then we'll go from there. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Raizhen signing out. Take care.